The editing page contains a wealth of functionality for designing your yearbook. You can choose to stick to basic pages with the built-in templates or get much more advanced and build your own custom layouts. In the middle, we have a large preview of the current spread, and then down at the bottom you have page navigation icons that allow you to move through the book. Up at the top, we have a toolbar with all of the main functionality. And then over on the right, we have design elements, which are all added to the page via drag and drop. If you chose a theme initially when you created your section, you might already have some backgrounds and layouts float onto the page. To change the layouts, go to the Layouts tab, select a different layout, and just drag and drop it over the existing layout. There are over 500 layouts in the software organized in a bunch of different categories. Within a lot of the categories, you have a matching design style. So for basic design, if you stick within one category, you'll make sure that you get really good looking pages with layouts that match across the spreads. Next, we have backgrounds. There are over 3,000 backgrounds organized in a number of different theme categories. Within a lot of the categories, there are multiple subfolders containing all matching designs as part of the same set. To change the background, you can simply drag and drop a new background over the existing background. This allows you to play around and get the design that you like. There's also a content reference guide that contains a visual reference of all of the content, including layouts, backgrounds, clip art, elements, and fonts. Be sure to ask your yearbook provider for a copy of that content reference guide. It's a very valuable planning tool. Next up is the Photos tab. The Photos tab loads with a folder of photos that corresponds to the current section that you have open in the software. If you want to choose a different folder of photos, you can click the Change Source button, and the Change Source dialog will open. You can select a different folder, or you can also log into your school's account for Facebook, Flickr, and PhotoBucket and pull down photos from one of those sites. To add photos to your page, you can simply drag and drop into the slot that you want. Or you can click the autofill button and the photos will flow in automatically. You can also drag and drop and replace the photo if you don't like the order that they flowed. When you select a photo, a toolbar will appear above the photo with various editing functionality. For example, the crop tool allows you to crop the existing photo. Click Apply to apply the crop. The border tool allows you to add a border, control the thickness and the color of the border. You can apply that border to the individual photo, or you can apply it to all photos on the page. You have rotation functionality, effects that allows you to apply various image effects, filters, and all kinds of edge effects, including shapes to the image. And then you have a delete button. Allows you to delete the frame or just clear the image out of the frame. Feel free to play around with all of these tools. In addition, below the arrow, you have some more advanced functionality that comes in handy when you want to do your own custom page designs. For example, I can take an image and grab it and move it around. I can grab a corner of the image and scale it. And then I can click on the arrow, come down to the layer control, and choose Bring to Front to bring that image to the top. I can also turn on a grid using the grid feature in the toolbar, and then I can move various elements around and align them and snap to the grid. So you see you have some basic functionality, but you also have a lot more advanced control if you want to do custom layouts and design your own pages. If you design your own pages, you can click the Save Layout button up in the toolbar. This will allow you to save your layout. Click OK. Your new layout will appear in the Custom Layouts tab. You can then drag and drop your layout onto other pages. You also have built-in text boxes. If you click on a text box, you'll get a toolbar. Click on the T icon to type in your text. You have control over the fonts with about 150 fonts to choose from. You can also control font size and style. Click Apply to apply the text to the page. In addition, you can change the color of the text, You can add a border to the text box. You can fill the text box with the color and adjust the transparency of the text box and apply it to the page. As with images, you can also move text boxes around and reposition them and align them to the grid. You have full undo and redo controls up at the top of the toolbar. So that way, if you don't like a change, you can always go back. There are a lot of features available in the text and photo toolbars. So try each one, play around with them, and learn it all for yourself. You'll find that it's very easy and you'll have a ton of creative control. Another thing you can do is use the control key to select multiple frames. And then you'll get a new toolbar where you can duplicate the elements, expand and align them, or delete them all together. Next, we have Clip Art and Elements tabs. If I choose the Clip Art tab, you'll see that I have my custom clip art that I've uploaded, along with a lot of other clip art that's available. You can drag a piece of clip art onto the page, and then you can move it around, reposition it, and scale it. Just like image and text frames, you can also align it on a grid. Elements are very similar to clip art, but they're not subject matter oriented. The Elements tab contains all kinds of different designs that apply to all the different themes. Feel free to browse the elements that are available in the menus and also look in the content reference guide. And finally, you may be wondering how you create portrait or panel pages with the Yearbook Designer. If you click on the Layouts tab, you'll see that there's a portrait wizard here. Click on the portrait wizard and you can walk through the steps for creating your own custom panel pages. First of all, I'll select a grade. This represents the grade 6 photos that I've already got loaded on the Portraits tab. I'll go ahead and click OK, and I launch into the Portrait Wizard. I can basically apply my settings to the page and change the different settings, change the different text settings, and ultimately create very custom panel pages that the software will then maintain. There's a video here within the Portrait Wizard. Be sure to watch that for specific detail. We hope you have a lot of fun with the Yearbook Designer. Playing around with it is really the best way to learn it. Be sure to contact your yearbook representative for the user documentation or any additional questions. When you're done editing your pages, it's very important that you properly sign out of the editing page. That way, someone else might be able to check it out and continue working on it. If you don't want to save any of your changes, click the red X. That'll take you back to the previous page without saving any changes. But if you do want to save your changes, be sure to click the green check mark. That will take you out of the editor and save all of the changes that you made. Finally, if you'd like an advisor to take a look at your changes, you can go ahead and mark your section complete. All of the advisors will get an email that your section has been marked complete, and the advisor will have the opportunity to proof and provide comments back to you. When you're done editing your pages, you can click the home button to go back to the main dashboard or log out.